2021. Y'all remember that year, right? The year after one of the craziest years to date, the shutdown. Times were crazy. Music in 2020 was even crazier. We got Eternal Take, Whole Lotta Red, both of them, all in the same year, which is crazy to think about. But then it got to 2021. Everyone was hating on a new wave of music. Niggas call Whole Lotta Red, Whole Lotta Mid, Whole Lotta Skips. Not funny, kinda corny. Also in 2021, the Jacksonville rappers were going crazy. From the Who I Smoke jingles to the crazy amount of beatbox remixes spawned from Spot 'em, Got 'em, Alvin and the Chipmunks looking at 2021, things were getting a little repetitive. So people on TikTok started getting a little creative. A little too creative. People started to get tired of the mainstream. I mean, yeah, we got the good rappers like Tyler, Uzi, Cardi, Kanye, Trippy, Thug, and so many more. But I feel like people needed a break from the oversaturated, bland sound the mainstream had. So people turned to TikTok and the underground. See, the thing is with the underground is that so many people are always experimenting with new ideas. From Benji Cole's AR&B beats, the new wave of plug and B, shout out 30 Nick, and regalia, which is a subgenre that needs to be talked about more. And overall, people coming up with new sounds almost every single day. Probably the underground rap scene will never die in my eyes. That's what the TikTokers thought as well. Until they decide to ruin everything. Nah, I'm playing. In all seriousness though, how about we take a trip down memory lane and look at all the notable figures during the 2021 underground era, starting with When you think of the underground in 2021, KASHDAMI would probably be the first to come to mind. Like, I swear, Dami was going on a rampage, like dropping back to back, and he was already going a little crazy the year before. Songs like Laser Tag with SoFaygo, who was already blowing up at the time as well. Broadway 14 with Tana. Not the music video, I be trying to tell y'all this. And in 2021, things were getting even better. He dropped Reparations. It's been over 2 years since the song and music videos released, and it's one of the most popular, if not popular, plug songs to come out in the new wave. And the shortest, with it having over 66 million plays, and shit is not plug and B for the last time. Please watch this video. But even after Reparations, Dami made sure to keep that good streak going. Look in the mirror, Dior, Fitness, Receipts, Trust Issues, 50, the entirety of Epiphany. Like, this album was one of the best albums to come out in the underground for 2021. Not to mention, he dropped some music videos for older songs in 2021 as well, like Some Slight and 14. Dami just kept going and going, dropping more music, interviews, videos, shows. I mean, he was just going crazy. I mean, he even dropped an extended version of Reparations by like 8 more bars. But yeah, he was being very consistent. And off topic, but being consistent in general as a rapper is what will get you more known. And especially for the underground, like, you can't have that Cardi / Uzi wannabe mysterious personality as an unknown rapper. And Faygo learned that the hard way. We can be right outside your place. For their car. Now, I've been wanting to talk about SoFaygo's 2021 run for a while now, and SoFaygo as an artist as a whole as well. He started blowing up around, I say late 2018, early 2019. My personal favorite songs from this era: One Up, Yakimaru, Rat Runners, Go, Masquerade, Quit Smoking Dabs, Restart, Devil Fruit, Lust, Knock Knock. And arguably SoFaygo's best song in my opinion, GSL.
He can't breathe, man, I do this shit with ease. Shawty say it been a minute since she dropped down on them knees.
What made SoFaygo popular was his iconic sound, notably his ad-libs. With so many people always asking for him to hit an ad-lib or do an ad-lib in his lives, he probably had the best ad-libs in the underground. Apart from Can. Yeah. But what really got Faygo to blow up was his Lil Tecca cosign. Back in 2019, Lil Tecca first blew up with his song Ransom, and at the time he was only known as a rapper. And when Tecca did a cosign for an upcoming rapper's snippet produced by him, people were shocked since they didn't know he was a producer as well. This cosign officially got SoFaygo on the map and had a really good run the rest of 2019. In the first week of 2020, he dropped his project Angelic 7, which is arguably one of his best projects. My personal favorites being 7, Nonchalant, Clash, and Let the Girl Slay. And like your average SoundCloud rapper, he kept being consistent and dropped more and more throughout 2020. 2 EPs, For You and Web, music videos to Lust and Keep It Cool, and he just kept going. And this year, he officially evolved. He dropped Off the Map, which is another one of his best songs that eventually got added to his best project, After Me. And shout out to Bruce, because without him, we wouldn't have gotten the iconic outro to the song.
And SoFaygo bitching them niggas, period, nigga. And if anybody got a problem with it, nigga, come confront me, nigga.
But now, to his 2021 run. Which, to be fair, wasn't even that bad until like later in the year, because he dropped songs like Let's Lose Our Minds, the Knock Knock music video, and he had a feature with Trippie Redd. Speaking of Knock Knock, that song officially blew up in 2021 all over TikTok. Like, people were dancing to it, people were speeding it up, people were mishearing the lyrics. Like I mentioned earlier, he dropped a music video for it, directed by Cole Bennett, with a Lil Tecca cameo in it, and I'm starting to see a recurring theme of Lil Tecca music videos. This was also the year where he signed to Travis Scott's Cactus Jack label, and then after his blow up, he for some reason decided to go ghost for the rest of the year. Long story short, Pink Heart sold Triple Cardboard.
Nigga ain't worried about these bitches. The 06 with the top. Don't worry about nothing but my business. Drink on straight to
Now for Summrs, I see this year as a comeback year for him, because in 2020, bro was kind of slacking, I can't lie. Matter of fact, most of Slay World was slacking. Autumn, Can, all of them. It was kind of because of them moving away from their original plug and B sound to more different beats produced by Wi-Fi, Noir Brand, Slayer, Benji Cold, and more. They even started hopping on the glow wave, like those Chief Keef type beats, but they didn't hit. I mean, some of them did, but they didn't. That one album Summrs dropped, La Dolce Vita, it was mid, I'm gonna be so honest. The only good thing that came from this album was that funny live Summrs got while recording Reno Shuffle.
Let me chill out, bro. I'm gay. I mean, I'm acting gay.
And so many people needed a refresh from the not so great sound Summrs had at the time. And so Summrs dropped Intoxicated. No, I'm playing. Summrs dropped What We Have, and what, to be honest, felt like a refreshing sound, especially since the plug and be on here sounded new and polished. With 30 Nick as the newest character on alright, no, I'm done. Goyard stamping his signature sound with the iconic leads, pianos, and bells he be using, and Autumn snapped as well. This Can't absolutely blows up on TikTok, and to me, it's a 2021 underground era Hall of Fame. I gotta come up with better names, bro. What We Have overall just feels new every listen for me. Literally, the whole EP is 6 for 6. But he doesn't stop there. He also drops Nothing More, Nothing Less, aka Peak, later in the year, dropping a music video for Back to the Basics, which also goes viral on TikTok. Also, I forgot to mention that BFO2 blows up on TikTok after, though, for some reason. Like, I swear, TikTok be so late with everything. But I think it was because people were just finding out what BFO2 stood for. Bros Fall Out 2. First one was a song Summrs dropped in 2019, and it was directed towards Just Deuce and Autumn when they first fell out. Long story short, they eventually made up, if you couldn't tell already, and Summrs just decided to drop a sequel to it. And that was really it for his 2021. I mean, he followed the program with the other rappers, did an OGM interview. He made a pretty good song with Can that's literally top 10 of that year. And I can't think of anything else, but moving on to the next person. Now I'm finna say this right now, and y'all can say whatever y'all want in the comments, but Yeat wouldn't be absolutely nothing without Twisty P and maybe Autumn. Back in 2020, Yeat had dropped 2 EPs, We Us in April and Hold On in September. They were getting some recognition, but it wasn't really enough. Then we got into 2021, which in my opinion, I see as Yeat's first peak. He dropped 4L in July, which was his first successful project, and dropped the visuals for Money Twerk on the same day. Money Twerk was also one of the many songs that blew up on TikTok from his album. Other notable songs included Teslas and Rovers, Swerved It, Off the Lot, and Yeat's biggest song at the time, Sorry About That.
See me up like it's Benny Bachi. Sorry about that.
It went absolutely crazy. Wherever you were on the internet, you would hear this song. He dropped a music video for the song as well, which made it even bigger. And y'all can't even lie, this is probably how the majority of people discover Yeat, through social media and TikTok, because that's how I found him. Now later in the year, he drops Trendy, which serves as a preview to his upcoming album Up to Me, with a sequel to Sorry About That. Mad about that. After he drops Trendy, he drops his debut album Up to Me. It goes absolutely insane and Get Busy. Y'all literally know how the song goes. Bruh puts a bell in a normal rage-ish beat and the people go crazy, including me, including Bruce.
This song already was turned, but here's a bell. Every night I know it's rich as hell.
Okay, that's hard.
Another song that's probably his most popular song to date, Money So Big. This song was literally everywhere. It went along with the Jit tripping meme spawned from this dude. It was crazy. But later in the year, underground groupie Twisty P starts a very, very iconic live harassing people on IG in the street singing the Yeat bars. It was his SoundCloud exclusive song at the time, Dub.
Hey, what the problem, man? I'm spinning on these perks like I'm a laundromat. Sing it every day, but I never did.
Fast forward, Yeat is literally on top of the underground right now, as well as the mainstream. He also re-releases Dub on a deluxe version of 2 Alive Geek Pack. And that's pretty much it for Yeat's 2021. Tana and Slump literally by far had the biggest success out of all the people I talked about in this video. They were the 2 biggest figures from this year, and you know I had to save the best for last. But they were big most notably for 2 reasons. One, because of their success. Their main success was, of course, Antisocial, one of the biggest songs to ever come out in the underground in months, maybe years even. Like, there is no doubt you look up an underground playlist on any platform and see Antisocial in there, even the second one. The song was so big that some people literally admit that it changed their style of music, like from your average raw wave listener to a pro activist sipper. I know that don't taste good. So big that it got some people back into the underground / SoundCloud scene after their lost hope on the previous generation. That's how big their success was. 2 is their chemistry. Their chemistry was absolutely insane together and was the reason why they were able to last so long together as a dynamic duo, which is the reason why I put them together instead of separately. There was always that duo where they just seemed like brothers, and this is a big example of that, and that's something I'll never forget. The reason why I said is because Slump and Tana had a recent fallout not too long ago, with them trading diss tracks, mutuals getting caught in the mix, whole bunch of bridges were burned. Wonder how that feels. And if anything, the whole thing was a mess, and to be honest, everyone would still be cool if it wasn't for fall old ass, but that's a whole nother video. I just wish that they would squash this beef and make something like a Dakota Romani too, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. But back to Antisocial, it goes crazy on TikTok, and all the e-girls ditched their rage lip sync drafts to underground plug and be relatively unknown rapper videos. Also, real quick, I gotta mention that this was the year that Tana, Slump, Majins, who produced Antisocial, Lewis, Baby Cartel, Young Chris, Young Fayzo, I think, and Zulo come together to form the collective 1500 and started doing Diss Wars. Diss Wars is an event that could be hosted via Discord in which 2 or more people can diss each other. It's pretty self-explanatory. But there are 2 types of diss wars. The fake diss wars that's all for fun, promo, and jokes. And the other form is real beef. People literally threatening people's families. But this was when Slump's success started to peak, since he by far had the best diss tracks. I mean, if you haven't heard already, listen to these on the screen. Absolutely diabolical. Slump and Tana eventually dropped Antisocial 2, which goes even crazier due to the fact that they got the whole Fortnite squad on the track, which extends it to like 7 minutes. But yeah, again, I wanted to put them together to go over their success as a duo, which is why I don't mention Tana's Lil Tecca cosigns, Slump's come up, and things of that nature, because they were the duo to look out for in the underground. And with that, we looked at the most notable people that blew up in the 2021 TikTok era of the underground. There were some other people I could have talked about, like SSG Kobe, Autumn, Kang, Young Chris, and many more, but I feel like it wasn't fair since they weren't as big as the rappers I mentioned in this video, and this video was overdue anyways. Plus, I already talked a bit about Kang's come up in this video, so watch this if you haven't already. And don't crash the tracky, kids.
You gotta at least stay late, plan on seconds on paper. She run away from the chase, I'ma be a cat. I take, we up on the run, now it's 20 with me too fun.